What's up, guys? This is Honeybee Reviews, and I am here with my man, Reezy.
Now we got figured out on our own, and that nigga sick.
I'm an 18-year-old rap artist from New Orleans, Louisiana. I produce as well. I just released my first self-produced album called REEBORN, which is doing amazing. And I make very positive, inspiring, and youthful music to
That's
change
right.
and make the world a better place.
It's beautiful, and your album really does that. Um, so yeah, you've been making some noise with your debut album, like in the niche hip hop world, but also I feel like it's expanding a little bit outside of there. So how does it feel to see a little bit of success, and what does it mean to you that people are listening to your story and appreciating your art?
What it means to me, I mean, it's just a blessing. I just pray for it every day and put the work in. So it's not like a total shocker because I knew it would happen. And this like what I've been working for. Like this, I've been making music for 4 years. I've been putting out projects like for like 3 years. So this is just like I knew it was gonna happen. Now it's just like, okay, don't just get satisfied. Like be grateful for this, but make sure like it's happening. Now you gotta keep it running. So that's how I would feel in terms of that. And like what it means to me is just I'm very grateful and blessed that people are hearing the music and feeling a connection. Like that's all I ever wanted was people to feel a connection. That's what I wanted with this project, to make sure that the people could feel it and could relate to it and feel an emotion and take that emotion and garner it into some new route, some new journey. So I would say that I feel like I've done a great job with that.
Yeah, I would agree. Um, because some of my favorite parts on the album are the parts it's an inspirational album. It's
Mm.
something that can motivate people. The dopest part for me, like you mentioned already, is that it is written, produced, engineered, and arranged all by yourself. And
Hmm.
it's something that's rare in the music industry, honestly.
Yeah.
And so I want to know who and what were your biggest inspirations for you while making this album?
For me, the biggest inspirations. All right, so I would say like I got it started because like I had this like little like life experience that was like, Reezy, you need to really show people that you could, produce. You could show people you really got the sauce. So I was like, okay. So I had like this fuel of motivation for me to do the project, but I started working on a project over like months because it was like the song's so like organic and it felt like such raw experiences because it was really like the first song was made in August. The second song was made 2 weeks later after August. The third song was made 3 weeks later. So it was really like everything was in order, like based off my life. But in terms of like the production side, I wanted the like ear candy and the ambiance to kind of feel like Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler the Creator. Because that's my favorite album ever. I wanted the structuring of the beats and like the chord changes and the voices and the beats coming out like Silk Sonic. So I heard Silk Sonic and I heard Silk Sonic like a month before I started working on Reborn. I was like, wow, I need to do that. And then I would say like the transition was inspired by Good Kid, Mad City, of course.
Yeah. Wow,
So
yeah,
that's the main three.
I can totally see all three of those
Yeah.
influences on the album. So that's super interesting you say that because you got kind of like the jazzier sound from the Silk Sonic album and also a little bit Good Kid, Mad City. But like you said, the transitions. And then one of the main things on this album for me is just the energy that you bring. Like it's contagious energy. And Call Me If You Get Lost kind of shares that energy.
Yeah.
And specifically for me, the track on the album that kind of exemplifies that the most is We Was Just Kids. In
Yeah.
my opinion, that captures that feeling. And it also kind of captures the message of the album, which, if I'm not mistaken, kind of is like the feeling of growing up and what
Mm-hmm.
that means, going forward in your life, the
Like
lessons
the
that you learn.
realization.
Yeah. Um, so can you talk to me a little bit about the making of that song specifically and what it
We
means for the album?
we was just kids. Okay, so I had to go to the DMV when I turned 18. I turned 18 September 9th. All right. So I had to go to the DMV because I had to get like a license for like driving schools or something. And as I was sitting there, like it was like this 40-year-old man right here, like this 70-year-old lady, and they was talking back and forth about like they hated their job so much. And I was like, I was really just a kid. Now I'm like, I was just in high school with kids, and I'm here with these old people. So that was like the thought of like, that was like, okay, I need to make a song about this feeling. But making the song, I wanted it to be an anthem for every single person who felt like what I was feeling like. So I may say, we was just going to prom. Now we prom miss our boss to work extra shifts. Like we was just doing like the kid, kid type of thing. And then society in real life hit. And now we like, I gotta go to the job. I gotta work extra shift. And it's like, that was kind of how I felt. And it was the feeling was like, damn, like I'm really like technically an adult now. And I just wanted everybody to feel like, it's okay. Like we was just kids, we was just kids, but now we growing up, we flying. Like we spreading our wings, God help us out, we flying. So that's how I wanted to be. And I wanted to feel triumph because I wanted to feel like, I wanted to make you get up and be like, I could do anything. So that was like, we was just kids. And I would say the lyrics was definitely like one of my best lyrics on the project because it's so like, each line is just very deep. My favorite line what was my favorite line? We were just babies, this life crazy. Now I got a chance to have $1 billion baby. I was just 8, now I'm 18. Kids died 14, thinking God I made it. Bless those kids, we living through them. I bring to the light what they left them. Everybody stressing out over some M's. We was just, and then to that, because it was simple. That was probably one of my most simple lyric songs, but I wanted to be like very deep. So I would say like that was the process of that song. And that was honestly the hardest song to make. I got 12 versions of that song.
Wow.
And I still feel like I didn't get it to where I wanted to, but I got it to where I could,
Yeah. Well, you might feel like that, but for me, it's legit one of my favorite tracks of the year. I'm not just saying on the album, like that's one of the ones I've been listening to the most this year. So time's kind of a funny thing, and I want to know, how do you think we're going to look back on this album in 5 years, and where do you want to be in 5 years?
I would say in 5 years, if a person listening today, in 5 years, they would say that album was my crutch in life. Like that album was my outlet in not knowing what's next. That album was like my therapist. That album was like my big bro. Like it was like my right hand. I feel like that album, after I made it, actually, it was like, I was like, wow, I feel like I made a timeless piece because every year somebody will have that moment of feeling like I need to be reborn. Like I need to step into a new version of myself. And when you decide and make that decision, what comes after is what the album is about. And that's when the album comes in. It's like, oh my gosh, this kid went through the same thing as me. So I would say that about the album. And in 5 years from now, I don't know. I could say like a tour, but I could be on a world tour, the Reezy World Tour, which I wouldn't be surprised at all. The Reezy World Tour, I'm thinking companies in New Orleans helping out the youth. It's endless. I just pray that it's somewhere where I want to be, the right place for me. Wherever it's at, wherever it's at in 5 years, that's the right place. But definitely $100 million, a bunch of Rolls Royces, owning a bunch of thrift stores, a bunch of stuff, a lot of stuff. Simply Lemonade sponsored deals. Yeah, stuff like that. Of
That's
course,
beautiful, bro.
more deeper stuff, but like, let me see it. Let me think of a deep one. Oh, I'm definitely, see if I say the idea, I want nobody to, all right. I'm gonna say it because this is the Honeybee review. Amazing first Reezy interview. So I have planned to start up like I want to do like each corner in my town, or like however many corners I could do, have like a creative facility and basically be like school, like a creative school. And whichever kid is in that region, they will go there and they will like say, okay, this is my passion, and it will have whatever. So if you do music, they're gonna have studios. If you want to do cooking, they're gonna have that. If you want to do real estate, they have that. And it's providing and is like pushing the passion of the youth, because the youth the future. So, and it just be like a better outlet for them to not have to just be out doing whatever they could be chasing a dream, you know. So that's like the main thing for sure.
Wow, that is amazing. That is
Mm-hmm.
amazing, bro. And I believe that you're gonna do it. I mean, you've got the talent, obviously, but you also have this unique and special thing that you either have it or you don't, where you have like this creative and growth mindset. Like that album, it's all about growth. It's all about creativity from the production to the lyrics. I see you've got a rollout, you've got goals written up on the wall. Like
Yeah.
that's what it takes. And so, okay, you're a lot of things. You're a producer, a rapper, a storyteller. Which one of these came the easiest to you, and which one of these parts of you were maybe the hardest to develop?
I would say they were all the hardest because like, well, the writing was easy, but it took a hard experience. So like it took like the 2 weeks of like it took like the 2 weeks of like a depressed mindset to make the song. So it's like the experience was hard, but the writing was easy. It just flew out of me. Like my mind was just writing itself basically. The production was like I made the songs and they was like the bare minimum. It was just like sample beat unmixed until like the beginning of April. I think like April 16th when I started, like when I actually was like all them songs, I was like, okay, let me make this something. And that took like 4 weeks to do, or like 3 weeks. So all like the extra instruments and the mixing, that took like 4 weeks. I didn't even know how I did it. I didn't know I could do that. Like I was just praying before I made the beats, and then like my fingers was just flowing. Like I was looking at my fingers, I was like, how am I doing this right now? And that's what the production, the mixing though. The mixing was probably the hardest part because it's just like mixing and storage. When you don't have no storage, it don't tie together. So my computer, I'm running like if anybody got MacBooks, and how the storage on Apple just be like booty, basically. Like, so I would say the mixing, just because it was just like every day you gotta like listen on them headphones, you gotta carefully listen, you gotta take out every single breath, you gotta make like you know how long it take to take out every single breath, like so every single breath to where it feel organic, making sure you're not clipping on a certain part, making sure you're not peaking at a certain part. So yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, that attention to detail that you have is what makes the album so good, honestly. So
Yeah.
it's worth it. My last question for you is, what advice do you have for anybody that sees this video or maybe wants to make music or just needs to be inspired by you?
Um, just do it. Like literally, it's all I can say is just do it. Because um I'm not gonna say tomorrow is not promised, but the only chance we have is today. So like to wake up in the morning is the blessing. Like we don't know if we're gonna wake up this morning, so we just feel like we're gonna wake up. And like I always say, if we keep waking up, that means the purpose of what we meant to do has not been fulfilled, that has not been served yet. So if you have a dream, just do it. Use that passion, use that energy, and it's gonna make you more happier. It's like from experience from me, I would say it's been days where I didn't have like $20 working on a song, and I'm like, am I delusional? Like, should I go get a job right now? Am I delusional for just like doing what makes me happy? And it's like, I just do what makes me happy. And it's like, as long as I trust myself and I got faith and I just work on it and make sure it's going good, like that's all that matters. Like all that matters is your happiness. Cause to me, and if like the circumstance presents itself, I would say lock in on a dream, like give you a time. If you're young, use that youthfulness before society kick in and you got more bills you gotta pay, you got like reality. Why you got that youthfulness and you still in your mama house and you still in, wherever you at, go hard on the dream and definitely like just be yourself. That's the biggest one. Also, being yourself is a big one because you don't want people to like somebody else. If I was acting like somebody else, if I made content like somebody else, if I made an album like somebody else, nobody would like Reezy. They would like whoever I'm trying to be like, you know. So I would say be yourself and lock in and just go and do
Yeah, bro, I totally agree. That's great
it.
advice.
Yeah.
All right. So besides going and streaming the most underrated album of the year, Reborn by Reezy, how else can the people find you? What can we plug for you?
You can find me at Lareezy.com, which has every link. On TikTok is Mr. Lareezy. I don't even know why I did that. I had an account. This is actually crazy. I had an account, TikTok account that I made, and it was called Lareezy Music, but I couldn't get no videos to go crazy. Maybe I was just making bad content. I don't know, but I felt like I was shadow banned. It was like 200 views was the most I was getting. I was like, man, forget this account. I'm gonna make a whole new account. So I made a new account and um I made a new account at the beginning of 2023. And then I started working on it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in now in May. Like May 5th is when I made like my first actual good post when I was like, okay, I'm gonna start making good content. And yeah, now we have like 11,000 followers. Like that was just like what I wanted to throw out there. So like I
That's
said, the hard
crazy,
work.
bro. You've been
Yeah,
blowing up. I mean, people they love your content, but they love your music. You know, that's the reason why you're getting all these
yeah.
followers. And I'm
Mhm,
just excited to see where you go from here because
mhm.
it's been quick to come up and it's gonna keep going fast because you've
Yeah,
got it, bro.
it's quick. Now it's really just like I'm working on my next project right now to where like make sure like I'm not too comfortable. I got the clip in the chamber. Like I'm
Yeah.
ready. Got it coming.
I love it. All right, man. Well, is there anything else that you want to say before we're done?
Oh, thank you to Honey Bee Review. You gave me the first ever album review like in my life. So like
That's
you was the
right.
first
We're on
to give
top of
me my
things here.
yeah, you was the first person to give me my first album review. So if that's go, I feel like that need to be in my Reezy history museum, definitely.
Yeah, this is like part of the Reezy lore.
Yeah, this is an amazing opportunity. So I want to say thank you because when I saw the video, I didn't even like before I listened to what you were saying. It wasn't the fact that you actually listened. It was the fact that you took the time to listen and put that out. I was running around the house. I called my mom. I was like, Dad. I mean, I called my dad. I was like, Dad, I got my first music review on my album. I was $2. I was running around the house. I have the video, the full 2 minute 37-second video saved to my phone. So I want to say thank you for that. That was, and then you actually listen and you actually was like, I'm gonna not just listen and say he sound like Danny Brown or like what that's what I've been hearing. He just sound like this. You actually listened and dissected the music. So I want to say thank you because that mean a lot.
Well, thank you for putting out good art, man. That's all that I appreciate. And thank you again for doing this interview with me.
No
It's been fun,
problem.
bro. We'll have to do it again and let me know when
Yep.
your next stuff's coming out and
Got you.
I'd love to listen
Got you. We gonna be here for the next project for sure.
for sure.